Hey guys, so I'm doing a melt video. I'm doing copper, which I didn't want to do, but you know me and doing things I don't want to do. So I'm doing a copper melt, and I might do an aluminum melt too. I was thinking about ravaging the decrepit neighbor's house for all that aluminum that fell off, and I'm gonna melt it down and make ingots out of it. But I want this to be a little more action and a lot less talking. It seems like every episode I do, and I rewatch it, I'm like, man, I ran my mouth a lot. Why don't I do a little more casting? And then I realized that, it takes 20 minutes to get the foundry hot enough, and then it takes another 20 minutes to successfully completely melt the metal. Then the pour is pretty much the most exciting part, except some of the fire's kind of cool, but it's all subjective. I'm talking instead of doing this. Here comes somebody. That's always exciting. But, so as you've seen in a previous video, a lot of the house is falling apart, the neighbor's house. So I went and I peeled some of the aluminum away from the wood, and I stacked it to the side. And I thought, I'd melt that if I ever got around to it. And I found an aluminum screen door and an old motor I'm trying to ask permission to get. If I don't get permission soon, I'm probably just going to take it because it's falling apart anyway. And why let something go to waste that I can have some fun with? I did count out, I want to say approximately 3.5 to 4 kilos of aluminum bronze materials. It's aluminum and copper set aside because I have a big project I'm working on next. If my foundry holds up. Because here's what I was talking about. See how that white spot there? That used to be black and tarry, but the insulation on the inside is starting to degenerate, so the heat's escaping and it's starting to melt the paint off. It's not horrible, but if I melt copper another time or two, which I didn't want to do at this time, but for some reason I'm just in the mood. If I melt another time or two, I could pretty much kiss this goodbye, and I'll have to do something else for videos. And I'm having a medical issue, just my knee, and it's just started today, but it's noticeable. Like, I walk and sometimes it's like, I don't know, it twinges. I don't know what it is, but I don't know if Big Adventures might be out for a little bit until I might be shoveling all this snow. I don't know. It doesn't matter. It'll heal or it won't. So, alright guys, I'm gonna get this all fired up and get ready to pour some copper ingots, which I may possibly sell for an extreme discounted price on eBay. I've seen that's a thing. And they charge, like, my scrapyard does about $2 a pound. A pure copper ingot on eBay goes for like pretty much like $8 a pound. So I thought if I just put a couple on there for $5 a pound, I might actually rack up some dough and I could buy some of that stuff I wanted to buy. Get enough money to fix my foundry at least. And then do some more. That's all nor here nor there until something happens. So I'm going to get this fired up and go see about jacking some of that aluminum. And I might work on that next. Alright guys, stay tuned. Got a nice pretty green flame, starting to roar up a little bit. It's been a little while. Like, I put coal in like 3 times, it takes forever to melt. I'm totally envious. That guy up there, he's like loading the back of that really nice car, chock full of aluminum. Like, I don't know what he's doing up there. He's cleaning out the basement, but so much aluminum. I'm sitting here watching him fill it up. Now, I don't really need aluminum, but man, would I take that. Oh, and I'm not ravaging the next door house. Most of the aluminum that I put aside is still under 5 or 6 inches of ice, so I gotta wait. So it looks like I'm just doing this, and I might do the mystery metal. I don't know. I don't want to just stop here. There's got to be more I can do than that. As close as I'm getting without... I don't want to light my camera on fire. So I fear that I'm correct, and I think the rate in which my foundry's losing heat is just quick enough to see to it that my copper won't melt. So I may have to stick to aluminum for now. It's been a pretty long time and that thing's ripping. I mean, it's not gonna get too much hotter than that. I mean, but with the lid and the refractory starting to fail, I think I might have to just switch to something easier. I don't think I have, see, I don't have any aluminum. I melted it all already. I have that mystery metal I wanted to melt, but I wanted to get a little more copper in the mix. That's why I'm doing this. I don't know. Maybe I'll fry up some ham or something on my foundry. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna let it go for a little bit longer. I'm not gonna add any more coal. If this ain't enough to get it melted, I'm done with it. I'll go knock on that guy's door and see if I can have the aluminum screen door, and I'll melt it today. Alright, we'll be back in a little bit and see what happens. I'm gonna give it about 5 minutes to see a puddle forming. If I don't see a puddle forming in 5 minutes, I'm gonna call it, work on another project. Alright guys, I want to make it super clear that literally the moment I turned the camera off, the copper started to melt. So, I have you guys set up for the pour. Hopefully it's a little better of an angle so you can see more of what I'm doing. But, we'll see how it goes. Now it isn't very much copper, but, you know, that's just how it is. Safety first. Alright guys, well, I'm not satisfied. There's only like half a crucible. I'm gonna go find me some more copper. I'll be right back. Alright guys, I'm gonna move my molds over a little bit and try this. I melted another big piece of copper. It didn't really change the quantity too much compared to the size of the piece of copper I used, but there's more. Ooh, is that hot? It's really freaking hot. Come on. Alright, I can't get it to set flat, which is a huge problem because it's too hot to hold for too long. But like I said, something always has to go wrong, or else, you know, it's not normal. So I'm not sure how good of a view you got, but how close I was to that, it actually, like, I could burn it, I could feel it burning through my jeans. I'm gonna keep doing copper. I gotta, like, invest in some equipment. That's just too much. That'll go in the junk pile. I think I ruined my spoon too. Unless it'll chip off eventually. I had it in the snow because I lit it on fire. And then I took, ow! Then I took it out of the snow and stuck it right into the copper. And the copper froze to it like immediately. So. We got that. That. I don't know why the copper's bubbling. There shouldn't be any water in there. As long as there ain't no explosions, though, I guess we're all right. Ready? Watch this. When in doubt, poke it with a stick. Stick, like, immediately lights on fire. Oh well. Those bubbled a little bit, too. I wonder why. Maybe I should have dried the molds out. Oh well. Looking for the biggest pile of snow around. And it's gone. It'd be really cool if it exploded. Like from the huge temperature change. Gotta get rid of the snow somehow. So I guess I'll let everything cool off. Start putting things away or start thinking of my next project. I do have a big project coming up, but I'm not the only one that said that. Somebody else has a big project coming up. I might get a job with somebody that has a big project coming up. But I may have a big personal project coming up. And that should be exciting. I just gotta learn to carve styrofoam a little bit better. And I gotta pick a dagger. I'm not sure what dagger I want to do yet. I'll leave you guys in on I think I'm gonna do it, film the finished product, and then film the steps it took to make it. Because it's gonna be, if it's done right and I'm happy with it, it's gonna be fan-freaking-tastic. There's two off-brand like anime kind of shows, cartoons that I kind of get into, and I plan to make some of their stuff to show how much of a fan I am. You guys have probably heard of them, but I'm not telling you what they are until it's done. Alright guys, thanks for watching. I'll show you guys everything that I made tonight. As you can see, I got a giant copper ingot and 3 little ones. It's too dangerous working with this stuff. I gotta do aluminum until I get like welder's gloves and appropriate crucible tools. I mean, if I drop that, I'm going to the hospital. And as much as I love the hospital, I think I just won't. Alright, thanks for watching, guys. I'll be back. Hey, everybody. So, you may realize that it is rather late. Oh, wait, no, you don't. Because by the time you watch this, if you watch this, you'll have no idea what time it is in my world. But usually I do this about 9, 10 o'clock at night. Well, it's going on midnight. I kind of got this here dream I have. Well, this stupid little project that got drilled into my head that I want to do so bad. I've been sitting there carving styrofoam with a cheap Walmart X-Acto knife, trying not to ruin my project. So I'm really taking my time, and I'm probably about a third of the way there. It's only been one day. Well, it's only been about 3 hours. I just wish I could carve as good as I could draw, because then everything would be perfect. But besides the point, yeah, it's probably going on midnight, but it's whatever. Everyone's in bed. It's nice and quiet. It's warm outside. It'd be a great night for a walk, but for some reason my knee's bumming it today. Actually, I've been feeling better now, but now it's 12 o'clock at midnight. But bam. So, I ruined another tray. Like, these things merged to that tray like none other, so I had to pry them out and throw the tray away. I kept 2 cups. So I got 3 of these little ingot guys, which I plan to use for casting later. I plan to use for alloying. I don't know where to put this. I have all my aluminum on that side of the box, my aluminum bronze in that container, my brass in that container. I guess I could just like put it over on this side. Like that box there, that cardboard box, probably still has about 15 pounds of copper in it. But I'm saving that too. I just did this for, I don't know why I did this today. I just decided to do this today. And here's the big guy. This thing tips out my scale. Like it pushes that needle all the way down and bends it, so I don't put it on there. My cheesy scale. I found this in the attic. One thing I was wondering is, if anyone does watch this, why did it bubble so much? Like, I don't know if there was gases in it, but I mean, I poured it in and it was fine. I scooped the dross out, it was fine, no bubbles. But then all of a sudden it just started bubbling, and now it has like it actually has like a little bit of a muffin top on it. And instead of it sinking in, it blew out a little bit. I don't really know why, but whatever. I'll take it in for scrap if I don't use it for something. I said a lot of this is a learning experience. You can't really see the foundry, but that thing is so screwed. It is not going to last too much longer. Now, earlier in the video, I was mentioning aluminum bronze. This is about 3.5 kilos. This is 3.5 kilos of aluminum bronze in the making. This is all going towards my project. I think this should be enough for the one piece. There might be enough left over with that, plus that, to make the second piece. And then it'd just be the matter of the mechanics. And actually the biggest part's going to be carving out the negative. So carving the styrofoam pieces the way I want them, that's definitely going to be the hardest part. My hot wire cutter doesn't work all that great. And to sit and try to cut this cheesy styrofoam with cheap Walmart knives, it's not the... If I take my time, I think it'll be alright. I'm just trying to find some sort of... Actually, I found 3 bottles of Elmer's glue, so I can smooth out the parts that are a little rough. I can fill in with the glue. But alright, I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about the project. It's going to be a big secret. And hopefully it's going to be amazing. Maybe I'll even I have a cosplay, I don't know a good word for it. She's not really a friend, but we're not together. But as far as I know, we don't hate each other. But we haven't talked for a while. But I don't think there's bad feelings there. So I don't know. I might talk to her and tell her, show her what I made, and maybe we'll come to some sort of cosplay agreement or something. And by no means am I a nerd. It's just kind of taking up these nerdier habits of, anime and cosplay and all that garbage. It's just a way to kill the boredom of the town I live in. It's just a way to keep my mind occupied, so I don't go insane or postal and dropkick somebody. Because drop kicking people is frowned upon, I think. Anyways, as soon as the snow melts a little bit, there'll be another aluminum melt. But I'm probably not doing the big melt until I reline my foundry. But it's going to take me 2 weeks to a month to get the 2 pieces ready. So, whenever it happens, it happens. Alright. Later on, guys. Thanks for watching. And, Catch you next time.